Hey, hello guys. So this is Abdulkarim from the Arsenal in me. So we are going to be talking about the breaking news. Literally, the news has been out since yesterday, and the news is that we're actually going to be talking about the breaking news, and we're also going to be doing a pre-match for Arsenal. I mean Brighton versus Arsenal because today Arsenal travel to Brighton away to play out our 3 points and hopefully get the 3 points today. So before that, let us talk about the breaking news. The breaking news is that Arsenal are actually looking into Matheus Cunha. Now, Matheus Cunha plays for Wolves. He's a Brazilian international, 25-year-old. Um, you see, the thing about Matheus Cunha is that Matheus Cunha is actually a very good player. His profile fits different roles on the pitch. He can play as a midfielder, as a 10. He can play as a wide winger. He can play as a striker in false nine. More or less like the profile of the Trossard. But the thing is the timing. Now, this season, for example, he has Marcus Cunha this season has played that is in 2023. He came to England in 2023. He has in 32 matches, he scored 12 goals and assisted seven. And 2024, just the past year, played 19 matches so far, scored 10 goals and also assisted four. And his goal contribution is actually, or let me say, is shot on target is 20. So when you look at a profile like that, I actually do not think it's a bad profile, considering the fact that we need somebody to, fill in for Bukayo Saka right now, and we also need a proper squad depth as we are currently dealing with a lot of players on injury list. Some Arsenal fans have even forgotten some players that we have some players like Tomiyasu still very much on injury. Saka is going out, for a very long time, and that is very, very unusual for Bukayo Saka. But we need to plan for incidents like this. But my major problem is that for the fact that Konya is a very good player, the timing is my problem. I do not see Arsenal signing a player of that nature in January because now there is even no transfer. There is no transfer fee speculation already. There is no transfer fee speculation. He's still on a contract with Wolves. When you look at as at the time we signed Trossard, for example, he has 3 months left on his contract and he was not willing to extend his contract. So it was easy to negotiate. Brighton couldn't hold out so much on him. Then the deal was done. But in this case, right now, he has a contract already with Wolves that is still very, very much valid. So I think Wolves are going to hold out for him because that is their best player. No doubt about it. He has been their best player this season. I mean, for a player this season to score 12 goals already, I mean, to score 10 goals already, and it's just, the first half of the season. So, can Arsenal really get such a player? Please kindly drop your opinion in the comment section. Do you think we're actually going to get any player at all this season? Because, I mean, yes, the rest of the season. For me, I think if we are going to be getting any player, I will be looking at probably Ademola Lookman. I know he's the African Footballer of the Year and he might be a premium. But I mean, it's Arsenal, of course, and we are challenging for the title now. We want to win against Liverpool. We want to win against Manchester City. So why not just go for the top players and win the leagues that we need to win? I know Ateta and the team are doing a really, really good job with their recruitment. I mean, many of the players I've gotten so far have been really, really playing very well, except for maybe Sterling, who has not really had much time to play, and even now he has an hamstring injury and is here to be back. And Havertz has been doing really, really very well. Havertz is not even a new signing anymore. I mean, he has used about 2 seasons already at Arsenal. So that is that for that on the transfer. So if Arsenal are still looking, apart from Ademola Lookman, how about maybe Mohamed Kudus? You know, I know Cunha and Mohamed Kudus they are already England proving they are playing really, really very well. But I'm just looking at the fee. Because for Mohamed Kudus, for example, I think currently on his Wolves contract, he doesn't really have. Uh, I think right now, Arsenal can go all in for him because now in his contract, Wolves are not able to. They are not able to, initiate his release clause. I think that is the way it is on his contract. So you can check it out online. The details of the contract are that not until the end of the season, it is when Wolves will be able to reinitiate, his release clause. But right now, I think Arsenal can actually go in for him because it's going to be less cheaper than Cunha. So the fee is actually my problem. Not that Arsenal cannot go all in for them. The fee is actually my problem. So who do you think Arsenal will be going in for this January? Before the transfer window. Okay, actually, the January transfer window has opened since January 1. So according to what I'm seeing here, it says the January transfer window is set to open January 1 and will run until February 3rd. So it means the January transfer window is already open, which means that clubs can begin to sign players, bring in players, and do whatever plans they need to do right now. So Mohamed Kudus for me, I think it's going to be cheaper based on the clause on his contract. But Cunha is a very, very good player, but I think it's going to be really very expensive and it's not likely a deal Arsenal would do. And if you are Arsenal supporter and if you know Arsenal very well, you know that any deal that goes through for Arsenal, you rarely hear about them outside. You rarely hear about them in the media. The only time you begin to hear these news in the media are when the contract is almost signed, he's about 90% done, or maybe when it's signed already and they are just doing, one or two adjustments inside of the contract. So it's unlikely. So that is that for the contract anyway. So you can drop in the comment section who you think Arsenal should be signing this season, who your favorite player that you would like to see in Arsenal are. I also would think instead of signing, maybe we should just get a striker, for example. Maybe we should just get a point man, somebody that will just score goals, that is a poacher for us. But that is also very unlikely now because Gabriel Jesus has picked up his form back. If he scores today, everybody is going to forget about the troubles he has brought to the club in the last 2 seasons for the fact that he hasn't scored really so well. People will begin to praise him again. That's how football works, of course. So if he scores today, that is for Jesus. Of course, everybody will just move on about that. How about Uwaneri? Uwaneri in our last match also played really, really very well. So if Uwaneri steps up again today, I mean, we will not miss Saka too much. Not that we are not missing Saka. Saka is a world class player as far as I'm concerned. But if Neri steps up today, he's going to really, really feeling for Bukayo Saka. So how is Arsenal likely to set up today against Brighton? We travel away to Brighton today, and remember I said in my previous video, the video I made yesterday, that is the video before this one, that Jurien Timber is not going to be playing in this match just because of the fact that he has a suspension that is going to serve. He has already picked up 5 yellow cards already. And when you pick up 5 yellow cards like that, you are going to miss one match. So today is going to miss the match against Brighton. And who are we likely, or how are we likely to set up? So the way I think we are going to set up today is that we are likely going to see Thomas Partey play the role of two today. That is the role of Jurien Timber. That means at the back four we are going to have, apart from our goalkeeper, we are going to have Califiori, we are going to have Gabriel Jesus, we are going to have Califiori, we are going to have Gabriel Magalas, we are going to have Saliba, as well as Thomas Partey, who is going to likely be playing the two role today. So in the midfield, we are likely going to be seeing Merino, Declan Rice, and the other guy in the midfield today. And forward, we are going to be seeing Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and as well as Owaneri. So Owaneri, of course, is going to play for Saka that is missing already, and Gabriel Martinelli, of course, will play his usual wing. So we are going to see, of course, substitutes, and we see the likes of Trossard coming and the rest, the way we usually do our thing. And also we can see Lewis Kelly coming for Califiori. So, but the thing is, I think we should actually just find a way to mix Thomas Partey stick to the midfield. Experimenting Thomas Partey as a two, for me, does not really, it doesn't really make us play better as far as I'm concerned. I think Thomas Partey is a good ball carrier. I think he can hold, the defense line very, very well. I think, what it does for us is really, really very, very important. And I think he's more useful in the midfield than playing, as a proper defender. So these are my thoughts on the match today. And this is how I think we are going to be lining up. So what do you think about this whole thing? Please remember to kindly like, comment, and share my video, and I'll be very, very grateful for all of these things. Thank you so much.